Hi, ladies and gentlemen. This is Mrs. Moore. I'm going to be reading Moving Up, the story you need in order to understand how to solve the escape room puzzles. So here's the story. Everyone in Clarence seemed to be enjoying the long-awaited spring weather after winter had clung to the calendar like the icicles clung to roofs well into April. Days were finally long and sunny. Flowers had broken through the soil, and neighbors were out enjoying the end of their hibernation. Yes, everyone was happy May had come, except for May herself. This should have been the most exciting time of May's school year. After transferring into Clarence Middle School in October, she had worked her fingers to the bone to keep her grades up and to make new friends. It should have been time for May to celebrate making high honor roll, being chosen for first chair for violin in the orchestra, and winning vice president in the student council election. Instead of enjoying her accomplishments and studying for finals, though, May could only think about one thing: the moving up challenge. Steffi, May's best friend, explained the challenge to her one day as they walked home from school together. It's just some dumb dare the kids came up with years ago. I had forgotten all about it, and I'm sure most people have too. They only challenge the new kids at school, and you don't even seem like a new kid anymore. Thoughts of the moving up challenge bounced around May's head like a pinball. Sneaking into the abandoned house, taking a picture in every room, not coming out until morning. It seemed ridiculous that anyone would agree to such a dare, unless you considered the consequences of chickening out. Anyone new to Clarence Middle School who didn't complete the challenge before moving up day wouldn't move up with their class. Sure, their classes and teachers would all go on as expected, but that person would be treated as part of the class below by all his or her classmates. Of course, I wouldn't treat you like a seventh grader, Steffi assured May, as they were ready to become eighth graders. And besides, you'll be our student council vice president. Kind of hard to ignore that. May wasn't so sure the zombies in her seventh grade class would think so independently as Steffi. The truth was, May wasn't really afraid of going into the abandoned house alone for the night. It was more the principle of the challenge that bothered her. Anyone who would bully a new kid into doing something scary and possibly dangerous deserved a taste of their own medicine. May had just the plan. As she had announced to several classmates, May prepared to spend the night in the abandoned house on Saturday, June 3rd. She had a sleeping bag and her smartphone camera ready, and her parents thought she was sleeping at Steffi's house. When May arrived at the abandoned house on that Saturday night, she could see members of the bully squad setting up tents around the house at a distance. Some were just there for the excitement of the event, but others were there to make sure May went through with the challenge. She entered the home through a broken basement window. It probably would have been frightening if she wasn't so excited about carrying out her plan. For several hours, May talked on the phone with Steffi and played games on her phone. She didn't make any effort to explore the house or take pictures. Late into the night, as she was sure the bullies would be asleep, May crept out into the darkness. She approached the first tent wearing a rubber mask she'd packed just for the occasion. With her camera ready, she gave a roar and snapped pictures of her classmates' frightened faces. Then she hurried back to the shelter of the abandoned house. When the excitement died down and the night was quiet again, May repeated her stunt. One after another, she scared the small groups of classmates who had camped out. By sunrise, May's phone was filled with pictures of terrorized faces. Moving up day went ahead as scheduled, and May received many honors. All summer long, May heard murmurings about the photos she'd taken. You erased those, right? What is she planning to do with them? But May's lips were sealed. When school resumed in the fall, May made a point of seeking out and befriending any new kids. She kept her ears open for any talk about the Moving Up Challenge. Whenever the topic came up, she assured the new kid with hilarious pictures of the bullies and reminded the bullies that if they went through with the challenge, she'd make their pictures famous. After that fall, the Moving Up Challenge disappeared from Clarence Middle School for good.